I'm Tim Conrad, part of the ownership of Wilfords Auctioneers Limited. My wife and I bought the premises and the business at the end of 2007. Just before the recession hit, we've turned it around from a bit of a shameful existence to something that's still here after 2.5 years of recession. So I think we've done pretty well considering the market forces. I'm head auctioneer. My stepdaughter's the second auctioneer, and my wife's the boss. She runs the business, looks after the policy with the business. Wilfords has always been a family business, and that's something we've tried to maintain. It's a very small workforce now. Since the recession, it's gone from about 20 people working here to really only sort of 5 or 6 part full time. It's a very small, tight team, and everybody lends a hand when is necessary. We try and make anybody welcome who comes through the door, customer or a buyer alike. You know, we get the odd letter of commendation. It's not very often that people say thank you to you, but we get the odd letter that's quite gratifying and pleasant to know that you've done a good job for somebody and they bother to tell you. In this society, you don't really expect it, I suppose. Wilfords started in the sort of mid-30s. The building we're in now was a workshop, and as were all the buildings underneath, and it was a carpentry workshop. All the bits of old timber and bits and bobs that were left over were the workforce was allowed to have, and what they used to do was make rabbit hutches and chicken runs and things like that, and they were allowed to sell them. And it got to the point when they were doing so well, they decided to sell them on a Thursday afternoon by auction, and that's how the auction started.
It's Lorraine. I buy lots of odds because they're really interesting and you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes at the bottom of the box there's quite a nice surprise. You might get a book that might be worth a few pounds. So yeah, it's quite exciting. Some of the things I buy obviously is for home. So I bought a lovely rug today, which I'm really pleased about. It's really nice. The people are so friendly, and we do have a good laugh with all of them, and yeah, they're really nice people. Everybody seems to just get on with everyone else, and it's quite a meeting place. You know, you don't have to come just to buy. It's just nice to be here. I recommend it to people. It's a good experience, definitely.
Stereo with remote and cabinet. Where do you want to be? £40. £20 starts at 2, if you got 20, 22 right down the back, £22 here at the Sony stereo, £22 all down with that at 22, 25 down here, 28 at the back, at 28 at the back there, 30 down here, 2 if you want, 32, at 32 down the back, 35 up here, 38 down the back, 40 if you like, 38 down the back there, 38, selling at 38, and the name, sir. How many? 40? Lot number 523. Each channel, eh? what do you like? £4 there, 60, 61, no? No, yes, no, make mine up. £4 there, 60, got 4, it's cold, isn't it? £4 there, 60, we like it, 4. And then we've got, what have we got next? We've got Shamford Architrave, lot number 104. Then a pack of Shamford Arch there, with the option on the next two, couple of out.
Yeah, hi, my name's Dave. I've been coming to this auction here for about 35 years now, on a weekly basis, so it's my second home. I started as a school lad, just buying bicycles like one of these here, but they have loads of them. You could buy them for £5, sell them for 30, and from there I made enough money to buy houses. I come here and buy furniture, as you may have seen the furniture warehouse there. You could buy nearly new stuff. I'm a landlord, local landlord now. I own several properties and I furnish all of the properties from here. So it's a good place to have a turnover. Example, things like these 1930s things, nobody wants them. But you get the correct dealer, you could buy them two there for a £5 and sell them out 50 quid. To some people it's a social environment. You meet regulars down here. The place itself, it's something that as long as it keeps going, I'm going to keep coming.
Wilfords cat, he came down with Laura from Nottingham. He was a house cat. He didn't go out. They lived on quite a fast road. He wasn't allowed out the front door, and he didn't like going out the back door a lot because it was a bit boring. So he stayed inside. Lived in the house for about a year and a half. Then he moved to Wellingborough, to Wilfords, along with Laura, into the first floor flat. And he used to sit there on the windowsill looking out and seeing what was going on. He obviously decided one day that it was a much more exciting place out in the yard than it was in the kitchen in the flat, and jumped the 8 or 9 feet from the window down into the yard, and then promptly whined that he'd obviously done something that he didn't really want to do and couldn't get back in. So we lifted him up, we popped him back on the windowsill, and in he went. The next day, he did it again. And we thought, well, he's obviously a bit stupid, so we'll get a ladder for this night. So that night, when we closed up, we put a ladder up against the canopy just by the windowsill so he could climb up and go in. The next night, he didn't want to go in, and so we took the ladder away, and from that point onwards he decided that the yard and the various barns and things were a much better place to be than in a flat, and never went back. Or I should say, never went back until the winter.